Yeah, I think this verdict brings a certain amount of closure to the situation, and it's going to allow us to move forward and focus on the rest of the season and focus on put our focus on basketball and trying to improve our team going forward.
In terms of Gilbert, that more of a starting point?
What's that?
In terms of for Gilbert, that more of a starting point of, back in the community and.
Well, the judge made his decision, obviously, and Gilbert has said that he made a mistake in what he did, and he showed remorse for it, and the judge made his ruling, and Gilbert is going to have to do what the judge asked. But I think, and we all think, Gilbert is going to learn something from this, and he's going to come back to do what he really loves to do, and that's play basketball and be with his teammates and get out there and then do what he's really good at, and that's perform.
Ernie, a month ago when you last spoke at length about Gilbert, you said that you would welcome him back. You would welcome him back to the team. That he was a part of the team. He was a part of the team. Are you now even more interested in having him back rather than exploring options such as buying him out, trading him, or avoiding the contract?
Well, I think I did say that maybe a month, maybe even 2 months ago, last time we spoke, that Gilbert's part of this organization, he's part of our team, and he's going to be with us next year. And we still feel the same way. I think people sometimes tend to forget that he's still one of the best players in this league. He averaged 23 points and 7 assists when he was with us, and he's a dynamic player, and he was just coming off an injury. So, yeah, we plan to have him back, and we plan to have him in uniform next year.
So is that an indication that the team in no way will try to avoid his contract?
No, we're not going to avoid this contract, and as I said all along, he's going to be with us, and I've said that, I think, for the last 2 months.
How much have you been in contact with him and trying to kind of bridge the gap a little bit? Because there were some harsh words, especially when the story first broke way back in January, him saying he didn't want to play for the Wizards.
No, I think he's changed that. I think last statement he's had, he said that he'd have no problem playing for the Wizards, and people on our staff have been in touch with him all the time. Our coaches have been in touch with him. I talked to his dad this past week, and we're going to keep in constant communication, and in the near future we're going to sit down and have a meeting, and obviously this thing just happened, and but going forward, as I said, we plan to have him with us, and we think he's going to do a real good job for us.
Is there a healing process necessary? I mean, knowing that there was so much bad feeling on both sides.
Well, I don't know if there's a healing process. Obviously everybody needs to move forward because we're all into this for the same reason, and that's to win basketball games and do the best job we can do on the court. So it may be a process going forward, but time will tell how long that process takes. But I think we want the same things. We want to have a good team here. I think we've put ourselves in a position where we have a lot of flexibility with the trades that we've made. We're getting a real good chance to take a look at some young players to see how they can help us. We have a lot of cap room. We have some a couple of draft picks, a very high one probably there. So all these things are going to help us to improve the team, and obviously getting a player like Gilbert in the fold is only going to help.
Ernie, have you talked to Ted Leonsis about Gilbert and about the future of the team?
No, I still report to the Polans, and until the transaction is complete, that's how we operate.
What kind of role would you like to see Gilbert play in the locker room going forward?
Well, I mean, Gilbert's always been popular in the locker room, and his teammates have always liked him, and he always comes out and always plays hard. He's performed. And, we expect him to do the same things. I think he's going to come out, he's going to perform, he's going to play well, and he's going to try to make his teammates better, and that's what we're looking for.
Are there behaviors, though, that within the locker room, not necessarily on the floor, but within the locker room that you would like to see him make a market change?
Well, obviously, he said he used some bad judgment, and he said he used bad judgment in this instance, and he's paying for it right now. And going forward, hopefully he learns from this situation, and I think he will.
Do you think he and Flip can coexist happily?
Absolutely. Flip and Gilbert have an outstanding relationship, and they have had it from day one.
In the defense memo that they submitted this week, there were a lot of character witnesses, a lot of letters from people that he's helped in the community, but there was no representation from either the front office or someone from the basketball basketball side. Is there a reason why anyone from the organization stepped out?
Yeah, I don't think anybody asked us to write a letter. I think there was someone from our organization, a couple of people actually, who have written something about Gilbert, but nobody came to us and asked us to write anything.
Does there have to be some sort of re-rolling out of Gilbert in the community at large?
Re-rolling out,
Yeah.
like a carpet?
No.
No. You know, look, obviously Gilbert is one of the most popular athletes to play in D.C. in a really long time. And a lot of people really had a lot of great affection for him. And then he did some magnificent things on the basketball court. And obviously, what happened a few months ago, some people are disappointed in. But I think when he comes back and he does the things that the judges asked him to do, and he sets a good example, because he's going to learn from this, and he sets a good example in the community. And then he's going to come back, and you know, some people are going to accept him right away, and it might take some more time for others. And he has to maybe get the love back from some of those people. But I think a lot of people will accept it, and there might be some that won't. You know, only time will tell what the percentages of those people are.
You think that might be the same thing, Ernie, within the organization? I mean, he's obviously put the franchise legal issues aside. What happened with the franchise through quite a bit this season? Does he have to earn some of that back even within these roles?
Well, look, it's going to be up to Gilbert to come back and play up to his abilities and do the right things to help this team. You know, he did that before, and he made a mistake. He's paying for that mistake right now, and he's going to get another opportunity. But it's going to be really up to him to come back and show that this is, you know, what he wants to do. That he wants to play. That he wants to help his teammates, and he wants to win basketball games. And I've known him for quite some time, and I think that's the kind of person he is. You know, he's a baller, as they say. You know, that's his life. That's what he loves to do, and I know that this situation must really bother him, and not being able to be out here, not being with his teammates, and being away from the thing that he really loves to do. But it's going to be up to him to come back and do the things that's necessary to help this team and to help us win. And you know, and we're all going to have our hands full this summer, because it's going to be a busy summer for all of us. You know, from the standpoint of going through the draft, from the standpoint of free agency, and from the standpoint of how can we make this team the best possible team. I think we're positioned pretty well right now, considering all the things that have happened and all the trades we've made. Obviously, it's a very frustrating situation right now, because we're playing a lot of young players and we're not winning basketball games. The team is still playing hard. We just, you know, haven't been able to get over that hump. We've had a lot of close games, but it's a good time to evaluate everything that we have, and then during the summer we'll sit down and see what else we need and how all the pieces fit together.
Is it just a performance thing that you want to judge him on? I mean, because this was clearly not a basketball-related incident that caused the trouble.
No, it's just being part of the organization and being part of the team and doing things the right way. And, you know, Gilbert has not had that many issues, you know, but this was a big issue, and he made a big mistake. But, you know, over the years, yes, he likes to have fun and likes to do things a certain way. But when it comes time for the games and comes time to perform and it comes to practice or it comes to getting the extra work in, Gilbert has never had an issue with any of those things. So he's going to have to do those things, and he's going to have to become part of the team. But he has been part of the team in the past. You know, this was an incident that was very unfortunate, that I know he feels very bad about, and I think everybody feels bad about, but it's something now that is behind us, and we have to put it behind us and try to move forward and get back to having a good basketball team out there, and get back to a place where we can be a playoff contender again like we have been in the past.
Ernie,
I apologize if you've been asked this, but what has your communication with Gilbert been since this incident?
Yeah, as I said, we've been in touch with Gilbert. It has been asked, and I've talked to his father, I talked to his representatives, and in the near future we're going to sit down and have a conversation ourselves.
But you have not spoken?
I have not spoken with him, no.
Ernie,